let's take a look at agent select here. I mean, XLG, why not? Why not? What do you make of this comp?
I mean, right now, like, are they starting defense? I don't see. No, they're starting attack, so it's gonna be like really hard for them actually. I think they're gonna have to contact a lot of spaces and like play the raw duels because they don't have that many abilities to take the spaces. Like they have a lot of like defensive abilities, so like they're gonna play a lot of duels and like secure the rounds on where they have the space first because they cannot do a lot of CSOs on the map. They cannot like come back to RC and stuff like this because once they use a lot for space, they have to lock down there. So.
They have a few interesting walls that we've seen in the post plan that they can bring back, but I mean, that's going to be that second half.
They have to win here, Pansy and Hypoc, otherwise their future in VCT is going to be down in the gutter.
Yeah, if it wasn't already pressured enough to be an elimination game at a Champions, you add into the fact that career is potentially on the line. Now, Mike, we could talk to death, the ins and outs of this map, these compositions, but I want to start on the emotional sort of approach to this. It's worrying me what I'm hearing from XLG.
Yeah, it really is. It's not the way you want to hear a team talk about them. We're talking about Raga being, I mean, very candid with what he's saying about himself, but also to check in there from the outside looking in, it's not how you expect a team at Champions to be talking about themselves. And let's say, they just went 13-10 on map 1.
We're not so close.
We're not talking about a team getting absolutely blown out of the water.
No. Yeah, that's the bit that's got me a little worried. But let's see how this looks. I quite like the Sage. I don't think Raga was looking to be where he is now, but Zelsis can allow the funnel to go forward. He doesn't look phased by it yet. The paranoia has to come in, and he still stood his ground. Maybe a little too long. At the same time, John QT's fallen.
Oh my God.
There he is. Look, Zekken had a quiet map 1. But if this is the tempo he comes back in with, it will be a quick reminder. And I loved hearing about what Narrate was, well, the coach was talking about Narrate in that regard, letting him make the play, pull up his own number, and it's a clear out from Sen. I like this. If Narrate's feeling confident in the roles he wants to pick, going in on that Omen in map 1 there, this is a good look for them. And XLG, it feels like we're on very polarizing sides here. Confidence on one side and a lack on the other.
We're on thin ice. And that's even to say Narrate being the one on Sentinels to say, yeah, we had some confidence issues on stage. In that these 2 kills, I mean, using the paint shell ahead of this as well, gets it on the reset, so makes it even easier on the way in. Actually, credit to Zelsis, surviving long enough that XLG had to commit the paranoia, which wasn't the initial plan. They wanted to get in with the wall, overwhelm whoever's on site here, and maybe have the paranoia as a further tool at their disposal. But yeah, obviously in this first half, they're going to live or die by the util. With this sort of composition, it requires a lot of commitment from some of these individuals to go forward and find kills off very unorthodox setups.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're going to see some funky walls for sure, but what we saw in map 1, it doesn't necessarily play towards the strengths that we did see. We'll check here from the right outside B, didn't catch. Put the rotation in motion, but now obviously a Prowler in response, maybe keep him and John QT interested at least. Zekken in a position to farm, but really slowed down on retreat. Actually gets the tag onto Happyway.
Yeah. Coconut looking a little worse for wear as well. So does now have the help coming in from Narrate. Up and over the wall he goes. Maybe not intentional in that, but Zelsis actually to catch Raga. Oh man, this is brutal. What?
Coconut's underneath the scope.
How's he managed that one? It's now into a 3v2. They made something out of nothing now. Will it get wrapped up with a bow though? Let's find out. John QT within touching distance. Oh, that ain't pretty. So Noman's got a chance here, eats the paranoia, but doesn't lose his cool. My God, where'd you run to? Most of it's walled off. A tap on the spike and a missed shot. It's not good enough. Bang there with Zelsis. It got closer than it should have.
Yeah, I mean, only bringing 2 out there. If they can retrieve the Bulldog, I think they're slowing down now the defuse to make sure they have got that in hand.
What is with XLG in these sort of rounds, though? They are so good when it gets just, like, weird.
Almost looks like it goes through the knee of Happyway. Varga, unfortunately. Ankle broken on the way in here by the util.
Reloading.
Yeah, you could say, I mean, at least the secondary objective here, won out by XLG.
Yep.
It's going to keep Sentinels in check in terms of the finances. Considering, yeah, the full force behind this.
Yeah, big investment from Zekken as well.
John QT is going to struggle outside of a weapon, though. So we'll be past one across, so maybe to spread the funds.
Paranoia paint shell. No. See smoke and a paint shell going to go in. Oh,
That's got a pre-fire there. It was like jump spots into the spam. Ball retrieval on opposite sides of the map here for both teams. XLG looking to create a little bit of pressure outside C, but again, this composition, don't expect Sentinels to be chomping at the bit after that first jump peak. So the final destination might be B site, though.
they've worked the map, but oh, that's the Raga we've been waiting for. Mechanical beast. Couple more of those, and who knows where this game goes.
Contact swing just falling apart for Sentinels. Trying to find their way towards C once more. Will be slowed down, but Zelsis caught very early on. Flash actually catching, but I'm not sure if Happy Ray was impacted by that.
30 seconds left.
5 alive for XLG. Starting to see some of that theory again. The wall now, this time having a couple players on it, certainly makes it a little bit easier to deal with Zelsis, who was very, very comfortable staying alive on site before. So you're starting to see the idea that XLG are working with, and they worked the map again, though. How did Raga get those two? Like the first fair play, but the second, the snap. Oh, it was tasty. You just want to see more of that from him, right? Like that's the thing.
Again, for somebody that's saying they're struggling with their confidence and their faith in their own ability, and I mean the biggest concern really being, I wasn't really listening to my teammates, and you know, I played. I think he said, did I say I played like a bot?
I think so.
Like, again,
I think so.
Different kind of bot on display here in this round.
Yeah. That's getting a straight report. Like that was wild. And again, it gave him so much freedom. Like there's no support going to see anytime soon, right? You got to wait on the players who come from A. Here we go. I'm sure we'll see this one again. Yeah. Okay.
Because Zekken's not late to this either.
Oh, good timing on the swing. Oh. Man. And this is the layering we were looking for in the earlier round that they weren't able to do with the wall.
Yeah, fully caught by the flash.
Well, pay attention, I guess, is the big thing. Does this continue? Is there still depth and life in XLG? How much confidence does this give them? I like how they look here. Unorthodox, yes. Early control towards Rubble. Coconut still going to show that he is here. But in the meantime, you can see that work towards Mound coming in, very much looking to punish Zelsis over and over, who is only on a stinger.
Yeah. So much more problematic hold here towards C, trying to deal with some of the utility outside XLG. Similar sort of approach here. We're not going to see a probe sent out once more towards B. But just the all-in.
Same thing. See the adjustment already from Zelsis, though. Going to tuck towards the box and play close. Kind of has to. Did get caught in the net. And speaking of caught, John QT and Zekken, very unaware, it feels like. Very not used to dealing with this. And yet, it is unorthodox. It's a very different site take.
Yeah, but this is where you then talk about the actual utility that XLG have. You don't want to commit towards those sort of side positions, especially with the wall is the curveball. All right, does catch Coconut, though. I think just showing a hand there as he pulled out the smoke. Slowed down here with the trap.
Post-plant util is rotten, isn't it?
Yeah.
Layers to this. Paranoia looking like it was going to be thrown towards site itself. Yeah, it is. And great timing from Narrate, who's... he was really close on that one. A valiant attempt, but XLG, you let him get that spike down, Mike. I'm worried.
My concern would be in some of the buy rounds now if Sentinels try and find something outside Mound. Maybe reposition Zekken towards this side of the map. Like I said, I mean, Zelsis is staying alive here, but it makes it so hard for the second and third player coming through from Sen to try and give him some support. They're walking into an absolute slaughter.
Raga now, though, this is 2 rounds. He's got 2 massively impactful kills as well. Uwe la baguette. I shouldn't try French. It didn't go well for us, did it? Oh, it didn't go well for Zelsis there either. NT. Now, this is
neural
when
theft
my
here as well.
It's when my fear of what, I don't say what happened on Haven before to Giant X, I don't think it's the exact same scenario, but the ability to adapt and identify what's happening was a big problem. It felt like kind of playing against that breach in the way it was happening, I didn't like it. Now, this is a very new look, right? They are not used to playing against this clearly. So they don't get their same lines they get to run. They have to learn on the fly here, Sentinels. This puts them under a bit of pressure. Yeah, there'll be a bit of tape on this, though. It's not the first time you'll see this.
No,
it's very different
but it's prepped out of their wheelhouse.
Yes, absolutely.
The protocols change entirely. Like I said, these sorts of positions Zellsis is playing usually. I mean, I love the Vice on this map, and it's usually so good in terms of holding some of these flood. Not necessarily rush XX, but kind of all in and fairly linear. Right, going to get shut down here, and no real chance for Sentinels to get anything going.
This is nice.
Yep. Flawless will come through here. XLG up to 3.
I'm going to be honest. I quite like what we're seeing. I really do. Now, obviously, this was up against what? I think Sheriffs mostly across the board. Now, I think this then just puts my eye towards the adaptation, right? How well can they learn
Guys,
on
nice
their
call,
feet?
nice pivot. We're good. Eyeball.
Because the issue is with this comp as well, like, if you see the Sage Wall somewhere, XLG can really tap into some misdirection.
Absolutely.
Once they've kind of made what was I saying?
Yep.
Get Zekken over here, and it'll be around where XLG aren't actually stacked up here. I was concerned previously, there was like 5 drifting towards Mound immediately. If Sentinels were a little sloppy on their execution, could have been a massive concern, but the stars align. Get themselves Mound control and probably have a good feel for the map here. Not necessarily any confirmation from XLG, but the spy cam maybe caught something.
Zellsis does have ult as well. Going to be respecting the util and falling back a little bit, right? 3-man stack on the cross. Building towards site now. They got to get ready. Pop the ult from Noman. Going to clear back site, find nothing for it. But still, the site is looking likely for the plant. And a shot in the dark could not have been better. Coconut going to catch Narrate, who wanted the ult on top.
Again, catching everybody but 2, I think, so with 3 pistols or secondaries in hand for XLG.
But it's only Zellsis going looking, right? Like, this is a very individual effort. And the timing miscalculated.
They almost rotated away from this, expecting everybody to peel away from sight. 30 seconds left, no plant coming just yet.
Oh, Noman's in trouble here. Still fine, actually. Has to try and carve his way out, but he's bought time with the lovely little C's on that nade there. Goes back for a second glance. Maybe a touch too confident on that, but Zekken is still alive. Took a big chunk of damage, though.
Yeah, HP and util advantage, though, for XLG.
And if they need it, Raga's still got that res.
Yep.
Right, if it gets dicey. And I think they know they've done enough here. This worries me with Sen. This really worries me. As I said, when they're out of their comfort zone, when they're out of that wheelhouse, they need that good leadership, that good touching base. I want to see an early timeout as well.
Yeah, you talk about that, but also in this regard, you need a couple of Sentinel players to do what they occasionally do, which is, you know, go toe-to-toe and get a 3K, get a 4K to really shut down something. We're not really seeing any standout performances. We're seeing from map 1, everybody kind of stepping up to the plate and everybody on the same page, kind of delivering the same thing. Zekken a little slow to start, but picked up towards the end of it. Here, we need somebody to really go forwards for Sentinels.
Because that's the thing with the Sentinels roster in my head. I mean, jeez. Oh, God, a second away. 10 HP already at that point, too. Yeah, a bit of a misread, it looks like there. But, again, the thing with Sentinels is they are a team who can beat the odds themselves, right? How many times do they do that lower bracket run? How many times do they over-deliver when we've been pretty down in the dumps about some of their regular season performances in the past? They can excel, but they do need a player or two to step up to that player. Be it a second, be it a bang, be it Narrate. I don't really care who it is.
I think they are a team because of what we've seen historically, that you can apply a little further scrutiny in terms of wanting Narrate to again, Narrate, going to screen right now, capable of superstar performances.
Hands down.
And then we come and see kind of Zekken and Narrate aligned towards the middle of the pack for Sentinels, and that's when it's like, then you come back to the confidence discussions, the on-stage vibes and things like that, and it's like, that's where your concerns kind of are conceived. And
yeah. But I will say, I'm happy we have an early timeout. Right, like this to me puts a lot on the man on the screen though. Captain gonna have to try and figure this one out fast and get it through to the boys on the stage too. because XLG have already set their marker, right? They look good here. I like how
Well,
they
I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying as well. You're already in the lead on attack with this comp. It's going to be a nightmare to attack into this.
Christ, I wouldn't want to go near it.
The worst possible thing you'd want to do to have to close out a series 2-0 and you come in potentially a deficit from the first half to then have to overcome this comp on the defensive side.
I'm seeing Happyway with the investment. Operator there in his hands. Similar
I mean,
starting
hit
from
with
Sen.
the scope as previous, so.
Yeah. What's the adjustment? So they're going to leave, it looks like, more dedication on position from Bang. Narrate
Oh,
here.
a catch there.
Crikey. Actually
Yeah, no, man, that's a 52.
Gonna get that heal though. And it looks similar, right? Show presence on A, drift back towards C. Put a bit of a clear on some of the utils, see if you can catch something.
Spot, man.
Zelsis is gonna have to learn a whole new set of lines of holding this site, right? He isn't alone though now. He does have John QT over here. Here comes the ult, this time gonna try and posture up, try and stand his ground, but he's already gonna be seized up here, slowed down. He's got every single ult. Look at him, he's in the wars. It took a rocket to bail him out, but he still falls nonetheless. And they're aware of Raga here. They know what's going on. Zekken waiting for it, spots one on the cross-up. Good work from Zekken. Paint shell as well, and Sentinels starting to get a grip on this one, but Raga investing the res, goes on a swing. Zekken still standing, still delivering. Takes away Noman and drifts away.
Just Zekken and John QT though. Just 10 seconds left, plant will come through.
Spike planted.
Gotta wait out this util, it's again buying a ton of time for XLG. You're not going to catch, but is dealt with. Raga curious towards the swing.
This could be huge for Raga. Playing up close, he gets decimated. Zekken on for the ace, and he's got it. We wanted a big performance from one of them, and Zekken is there in those lights, looking sharp.
Exactly the sort of round you'd want to see from Sentinels. Again, Zelsis are able to survive a hell of a long time, make things as difficult as possible. The catch on the res here, beautiful from Zekken. Almost trademark sort of rounds for him. Hopefully something for the rest of the Sentinels team to really get behind. Ride that wave now. An operator in hand for him.
I don't even talk about the fact it took 5 from Zekken to deal with that round, but for now, we take it when you get those. He's going to get the reward of the operator too. Taking over the position, basically, from Zelsis, it looks like. But a new approach from XLG. Opting for that look towards the B side. And John QT put on notice quick.
Right, we've got to be very careful. He's desperately trying to bait out the wall and does. Obviously, here the benefit of having the Sage, you can kind of dip your toes and recover from sort of early wins you look for in terms of util. Leave Happyway posted up. Same slow goes out, not going to catch anybody here outside. Sentinel's much deeper in terms of Bang's position, at least from the previous round.
Much slower tempo to this.
I mean, 40 seconds left now. We've got a double lurk coming through on the back of the wall being dealt with early on.
All right, Zelsis again, man. He needs this.
Ooh.
And actually, it's Narrate in the meantime to find Raga. Now maybe feeling it's going with that B pivot, and it is. But Happyway's getting ahead of the curve by quite a large margin. Does he catch Zekken? No! Look how quick this guy is. Flies around the corner, takes him away. Post-plant we go. Coconut, Viva, and Noman still alive. Looks like Viva wants to stay on the site here if he can. This paranoia has to be perfect, Mike.
Yeah, could set things in motion here, but Viva going ahead of the curve himself.
Oh, he still got it. He got down John QT and gets away alive. Trying to claw away at some of those win cons that sit so well for Sen. 14 HP ain't much to play with, and Zekken bounds in, but Coconut desperately trying. Zekken into the 1v1 up against Noman. He's already done so much this round. He's gonna have to do so much more. Can't be done this time. Denied at the final hurdle as Noman holds on and lets him know.
down to the wire here on B site. Varga actually being caught here with the spam. Second.
Coconut. Please.
Sit down, baby! I'm here, 2 kills!
Not the 3.
Not the 3.
It's 2. But a valuable.
Yeah, well, all that was needed here to prevent Zekken from going back to back.
Dude, Zekken.
In terms of delivery for rounds for Sentinels. Showstopper online now. Sort of back to a more standardized approach here in terms of posting bang up a little deeper. Will be the indicator for XLG to find something elsewhere. Zelsis now considering getting himself back towards the pillar. Again, XLG are, again, with this wall, they're able to get through a blender that usually a lot of other comps would just crumble.
Yeah.
We have a Raze, maybe they can get ahead of it, or a Yoru potentially, but the wall negates the snake bite. So it allows a couple of players from XLG to actually commit to these engagements.
You can see the method to it. It works really nicely. Now Bang might be here in some of this. He definitely does now. Managing to stay away and go back in on the swing here. Can't quite see him. Now he can.
Oh, he can't find anything.
You thought he was on for a sitter there. Bang's in so much trouble. The firing squad hunting him down, and Narrate just about gets away with his life.
30 seconds
For the big boys here, Zekken, the man who's made these rounds look possible, played in by the death of Narrate, denies one and caught in with Viva. Alleviates the stress, and now the plant looking perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. Zelsis and Drunk QT just have to sit and watch this one pass them by.
Ultimate ready.
XLG going to find 6 now, Lauren. I mean, even here with the late note on the back of the utility, going to put Happyway in a position to maybe pick these kills. I don't know if Sentinel's considering even looking for an exit here with 250 in the bank, and nobody else really in a position to throw much else into this.
When do we? I don't want to discuss a double timeout, but
I mean, it depends. It depends what the expectations is coming into this map for Sentinels. But
true.
they've got to be very high. It's Lotus, for God's sake.
This was their choice, and to my mind as well is the fact that they've had one timeout. And yeah, that kind of got Zekken firing, but that was about it. And you look at the round that SEN got, Zekken won a bit. They got close in another because he got, what, 3 in that one? 4? Christ, that was...
First from Viva's beautiful.
Very nice. Look, Viva's... Oh, he's broken.
Oh, he's
oh, mate.
Oh,
it's in quarters.
He's double snapped it.
Can't do that. It's a double
That's of course, yeah. You double snap, you're calling the second timeout. Of course you are.
You're pumping them brakes quick. Because it must be frustrating from a coach's perspective too, because obviously for us, we can see everything, right? But I don't know if they're equipped with a solution to this, such an unorthodox sort of team and composition against you, but you can't be falling short at this point.
No, especially when you come on stage and say, yeah, one more map left. Like,
brutal.
It's, yeah, fairly telling. And again, take nothing away from it. This is not all to discredit Sentinels. This is actually really giving credit where it's due to XLG to make this composition work. And again, even in the non-cheese rounds, they're winning out in terms of opening duels where Sentinels are going forward. The previous isolation at Bang, a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Again, that's where these aggressive angles can be punished by this sort of composition. You're going to slow, you're forced to crouch, you're stuck behind a wall, you're all sorts of weird and wonderful things going on.
Yeah. I also love the fact that they're still doing great defaults, they're still clearing utility deep, they're still testing that wall on B, they're handling the 3-play stack on A, like they're still doing the good stuff.
Yeah, defying the odds is actually finding these engagements and winning them out, again, without, I mean, you got the paranoia, but without flashes and without anything to really set anything in motion. That's why we're seeing XLG snowball in some of these rounds. Coming out of the timeout, lesser purchase for Sentinels, so now equipped maybe for aggression, but a very quick pivot back towards this snowball. Death ball.
So they've gone Zekken. Stay out of the sight of smoke.
Zekken, mate. You got a showstopper, go on.
Zekken, can you get us around, please? We really would like one. Zekken, please. Oh, that's not what the doctor ordered.
Expecting XLG to just bulldoze their way out here, and again, maybe great awareness on the side of XLG. Let's, you know, wait it out a couple of seconds.
Yeah, they're going to get desperate or whatever, but
And now I'm worried again about the C-side hold. And the TP actually baiting out some of the util from Zelsis as well. XLG so good in terms of early round protocols.
Oh,
Well, having said that,
we go in on.
having said that,
Michael!
the slow and the snake bite catching Viva here.
You've absolutely cursed this
Yeah,
round. That's crazy work. Raga! Hold up. Raga's been nasty. And that's why you've got to pay attention when he's still breathing. Bang left in the 1v2. Both close, but his position now considered. What are you meant to do here? Has to deal with it. They're just playing together in this one. Smoke back up in 5.
It's caught again.
God. This is an arduous walk back. He's trying what he can for the angle. Oh, NT. But still, Michael, what happened?
A live curse.
That was, I've never seen anything like it.
Did they think that he popped both of the slows? Because it's the saddest thing to watch. And then the
30 seconds left.
Oh, no.
And then it's just explosive from XLG after that. Raga finding the 2, a happy way over the top as well. The second like, what do I do?
Yes, man! Happy, Artur, your shots are insane.
7-3, by the way.
What is going on? I'm loving it. You know, I guess welcome to champs, right? Welcome to champs. What a first game we get given.
Well, so the concern is it doesn't look like it's even nearly over yet.
Bang! Looking like he's just asleep at the wheel.
I know exactly.
And that's a rarity. I always feel like Bang is the unsung hero of Sentinels, right? Does the quiet work, does it well, safe pair of hands and all that jazz. It's rare you see him caught off. Yeah, I mean,
Actually, yeah, able to deal with creating a hole just before it solidifies, so not necessarily locked out just yet.
Oh, God.
But I mean, you're walking into a blender.
The util is so sick from XLG.
Like, that's the thing where they can find freebies on the way in.
Yeah.
They're not burning anything up.
Nope.
Then they get a plant. Good luck getting back in. If they can get these deep traps down, a deep wall, for example, like here, it's just absolutely brutal.
You're absolutely cooked. And this is on the attack. This is XLG with 3 Sentinels on the attack.
Very worried. Sentinels now. Like I said, they're going into the lesser favoured side of this map.
This is a confidence builder. If they close out quickly on the second half here, right? Let's assume as such. Mate, confidence has to be sky high. Gotta be.
Well, run me some of those interviews again.
Yeah, give me some of that. Talk to him again. We've got Raga starting to fire up here as well, like not on his own. The theory's right. This is nice. Expecting a bit of aggression, it looks like, from Sentinels, but not towards Mound here.
Yeah, adjustment as well from the util between Zelsis and John QT. Similar sort of thing we've seen earlier on in the half, and it actually will call out or pull out the pit here from John QT to maybe act as a deterrent, but there's a trap inside it. Spam not connecting out. Well, chip damage, sure, but not connecting the way you'd like for Sentinels.
They're doing so well at, you know, getting this wall done.
Again, ahead of the minute mark.
Yeah, like, the fact they're doing this with very non-traditional utility to allow for it is really, really impressive.
Yeah, because you've not got a flash to force somebody off an angle. And now look at what they've got coming towards actually taking some space back away from Sentinels. Bang again. Panic button. He's out of there.
He can't stick around on this. Again, the layering up, the scaling up, super nice. Looks like Narrate will go for the ult. Yeah, that's going to catch all. I'm pretty sure that's everyone noted. Reaction time, 30 seconds. Narrate trying to hold the line and get swept. Ankle's broken and XLG looking to eye up the sight. Does Zekken get to hold this down? Not really. Swinging through the smoke. XLG firing, Mike. There's nothing even stopping him.
Down A.
Rez comes through as well. It's just John QT and only an SMG to try and make things work. Revealed here, good for one, but Viva will close out a 9-3 half here
What
for
a
XLG.
half. What a goddamn half. You do not see that every day. They
30
made
seconds
this
left.
composition work, and they made it look goddamn so good. They get to go on the defending side in just a minute, so you don't want to miss this one.
One enemy remains.
Coinbase econ report there at the bottom, but I mean the main story is the fact that XLG have put Sentinels on notice. Mike, this is a different look inside. I mean, you can look at Raga there already doing rather well for himself overall, and the story of his performance, hard to even see numerically, but the impact he had, fantastic.
For sure, yeah. And just to put things in context, Sentinels traditionally, at least across this year, tracking at a 60% win rate on the defense. So, XLG coming out, putting on a show here in the first half. And a real, within touching distance, of forcing a map 3.
Oh, it feels likely.
Off rip.
It feels likely. Again, I then bring into the fact that we have Haven potentially as a third. Now, I'm not going to curse it by talking about it yet, but there's a lot to be said about that map and a lot to be said about Sentinels on it. So I'm sure the desk and the fans watching at home will be potentially a little worried if you're a SEN fan at the very least. XLG, however, I did not expect this, and I'm so happy to see it. We've started to see Ra get activated. We're seeing Viva still looking good. Everyone is doing their job in a fashion that none of us saw coming.
See how Sentinels will approach these early rounds in the second half. Viva
Big
spotted here, but doesn't take any damage, and that's crucial.
We also saw all the players basically pegging it towards A. So no, man, you don't want to go down early here because they're waiting for an opportunity. Ooh.
Big catch there. Raga, you see, he was toying with the idea, but now going to place the wall down. Obviously in the pistol, going to have a, regardless of actually gets a chance to solidify, but Zelsis actually finds the opener.
Yeah, what a cracking opener from Zelsis, but time being purchased. The slow is here, the rotation's now in play, but can they land the shots? Narrate says no, but Happy Way on the punch back gets 2 for himself. The site's not secure though, and Sentinel's still held at arm's length. The problem is him. Happy Way does dip out of the site now, playing it smart, and Viva coming over to support. Didn't really land clean enough to John QT to take him down, but certainly noting the plan. Yeah,
second player noted for XLG. So Sentinels have a chance to pivot away quickly if they want to.
30
They're going to do just that. That's a little bit concerning though once you get into B site here. Get a little scrappy on the post plant, but tuck a player in towards main. Right on guard here for first contact.
Bring them down. That's a tough one. Narrate is going to burn the Prowler, that's fine. Still has the Haunt too if needed, but he's drawing a lot of eyes on him. Look at the rest of his side, Bang and John QT, one towards main, one towards Blue room, this is tough for XLG, but that's a step in the right direction. They now know where they were, but knowing where Narrate is and dealing with Narrate are two very different things.
Very different things,
Yes.
yeah.
Needed start, though.
Let's go.
A 3K from Narrate and the pistol could be something to spur Sentinels on. Yeah, Raga really unlucky here. Zelsis a little, I mean, considering a 9-3 scoreline, the first brazen to find the opener. You see already Raga toying with the, oh, that's a
Smile, Pookie,
there's
smile.
a hell of a delay there
No
in
delay.
the fist bump.
Don't delay, it's okay.
Hate to see it. Synergy all over the place.
Yeah, look.
Just not
The
on the same
post-mortem
page.
after
Yeah.
this is going to be rotten.
Well, and it's lucky to not see Sentinels headed towards C, because doubled up on trips here and 3 players holding down the fort. But will find themselves a little bit of space outside A. Scale into. Not Viva can find anything here with the Sheriff. It's
Slow
like fairly
instead.
deadly in some of the anti-ecos previously.
Good reminder, those were some of the scariest rounds actually on map 1.
Yep.
For now, though, this looking very simplistic in approach. Sentinels making sure they're doing their due diligence. There are 3 players around that corner, maybe not where you'd want to be. So, turning tail. Now getting to about 40 seconds. I'm getting a little more worried.
Yeah, very hesitant here from Sentinels.
I didn't mind it on the way
I
scaling
mean,
up, but
yeah, we did have a round 2 flip as well previously,
Yes.
so that's why Sentinels are really taking their time
Whoa.
here.
Seconds left.
Viva looking dead. Yeah, Zekken going to take that opportunity to move up, but Raga slips ahead. Zekken tearing him apart, though. Quelling all that danger that was building. Zelsis.
Shaky on the
Shaky.
first there, yeah.
Yeah. The echoes of Kyobi still alive and well, but Happy Weight. I mean, what you gonna do? Not much.
Send John QT back in, but Zelsis cleaner on the second. Second on the board, now 5th overall.
30 seconds left.
Chance to still have a say in this second half. Zekken under a ton of pressure here.
One
Able to
enemy
catch the
remaining.
reload just in time.
Yeah.
Then Narrate bails him out.
You need more of that, though, as here comes the first real tester, I guess. Right, the buy coming in now for XLG, bonus for Sen. That's pretty well established. We do have that Phantom with Bang, Bulldog with Zelsis, Guardian with Narrate. We do have what looks like it's going to be a fight over on this side of the map to start with, too.
Slow orb to maybe separate
Ooh, hello.
Bang TP and forwards. Can we
Up
obviously
and
note
over.
the weird smoke. Wall to
Oh.
actually go over the top of the Viper wall here.
Down A.
That's madness, though, but maybe not guessing or assuming the Bang had already TP'd over. Gotta put him out on an island. I thought there'd be more layers to it.
I should have known because of the weird smoke that he's got in there to avoid the reveal.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscalculation it looked like from XLG. Obviously for Viva, there's no way out really on the Fade. You're kind of stuck there. Sen, having to still figure out this new puzzle of what this A approach is going to look like. We're going to spot No Man, though. First info on him.
Kept in check for the time being. Sentinels again going to potentially look for a quick pivot through the door. The main blocked off though. There's not necessarily immediate reinforcements on site here. Even though the sight lines are still open, Zelsis has got a ton of obstacles to overcome.
30 seconds left.
Plant in.
Just still paranoia here. Outside that, not much util to really make use of for XLG.
Yeah, they're going very slow about this one.
Yeah.
Very, very slow. Sen will be lapping up this time. Smokes are going pretty deep, facilitated by the positioning from Happyway pretty much. But it does mean he can get backfilled. You see Zelsis closing in. Bang takes him away, but not before they draw blood on Zekken. Little look through towards that blue door, and No Man's doing well.
Whoa!
Zelsis! What is that snap? I don't think he even meant it!
Looking
was that?
shaky previously, but that was absolutely beautiful
Show
from
me
Zelsis.
that.
With a bulldog as well.
A.
How'd he get that second?
that. Gorgeous. On the fadeaway as well.
Yeah, take some of that.
Marshall, I love you.
Oh,
It's not often we catch a wholesome moment like that.
oh, I wish you'd say nice things to me.
Third in a row, though.
Third in a row. All right, how strong's your cursing capability?
Well, I think we've already seen a fairly good example of that.
Yeah. How do you feel about this comeback?
Awful.
Oh, okay.
Three- 3 rounds to kick off the second half is usually just a mandate for a loss.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're looking
Reddit's
at
got
the
my
odds.
back.
Yeah, of course. Narrate does have already. Zekken only 2 away from his, 2 off from Zelsis. So building up nicely here on the other side, pretty far off. And this round having to suffer through it, right? Like there's a little bit of stress in that regard. And Zelsis starting to fire up here.
I was going to say, whether or not Happy Way was going to continue on the path there. It's going to be Raga. Try and hold down the fort here. Does have the wall to slow things down, but previously it was Elsis again to find that opener towards A. But Sentinels maybe second-guessing their approach here, or playing into the fact that maybe they've drawn a rotation, which they ultimately have.
Leaving it late against this comp does scare me a bit, though. I mean, this isn't maybe the round to be super worried about it, but they've actually manipulated the map so well. For Sentinels, they get the complete access to C with no resistance. So in we go. That plant will be absolutely free.
As I say, just a can potentially for the retake, but burn up here just as confirmation, which, again, 15 seconds left on the clock. Should be no surprises there. Again, paranoia, yes. Still got the wall, but it's Sheriffs. A scope in the hands of Raga. At a disadvantage here in round 16.
XLG need to get into this game, though, or into this half, should I say. First half was exceptional. Started to see that.
Don't want to give the progress across. Just going to wait it out yet. I mean, with Zelsis and Zekken one away. Probably 2 massive concerns heading into a bye round up against those ultimates. Well, we're going to get it anyway.
That's one of them, Zekken.
And he's got it by the death, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. They've done their job. Celsius doesn't really matter what you do now. All good. Omen does make it in. That's a lot of ultra Sen, Mike.
Yeah.
That could be a gap closing sort of situation, really.
Call a timeout here for XLG, because, again, not the first time we're in a fairly crucial
Nice. Good shit, boys.
round on the board here. I should say, laid out in front of them.
And this
As
is
not finding the same success they did in the first half.
Look, I
don't think it's not
Mike.
just to add on to that, Lauren. Sorry, Sentinel's probably feeling a little more comfortable about the approach that you would have with this sort of composition on defense.
It's more known.
Like,
More
yeah,
known. It's more known to an extent, right? You understand how it's going to be implemented. You can work around that.
Where you really play with this and play into the strength is quirky XX, getting a wall above a smoke, and getting onto C site, negating some of the snake bites and the thorns and stuff from Zelsis. Here, again, figure out where the Sage is. Okay, well, we know what the Sage is going to do. We know what the Deadlock's going to do. Can we find the Cypher trips? At that point, you're kind of just going through the motions.
Yep.
Which is why Sentinels are probably taking a little longer in some of these, down to, 20-second, 15-second plants and whatnot. But that's absolutely what they need to do. And it's going to be really frustrating to then be playing a composition that doesn't enable you to go forward.
I can imagine. And this is where those nerves and that little bit of self-doubt for XLG is going to start weighing heavier and heavier. If you get locked out on the half that traditionally you'd imagine this composition would thrive in, be it we could talk it away logically, they're still going to feel that weight on their chest. And round by round, you're seeing Zelsis getting more involved, Zekken looking deadly. You got Narrate now really starting to fire up too. This is getting scary for XLG. And this round could be the checkmate, but it looks like they've got a bit of a plan in mind. That's the start of it, and that might be the end of it. Zekken putting Happy Way to bed instantly.
Coconut and No Man now still to try and hold down the fort, but a showstopper. Can it connect? It will find Coconut.
Yeah, look, Zekken, bang, the sight's theirs. Taken so methodically after what I thought could have been a dangerous start. It wasn't. It was controlled chaos.
Because again, it's a comp you don't want to see XLG playing into trades and looking to find openers and stuff. You really want to sponge some of the hits coming through from Sentinels and rely on some of this cheese in terms of slowing things down, isolating players, getting them stuck in corners and whatnot. So I'd love to know split, because I think, again, just had a quick look. I think across this year, XLG in total have like 23 reps on this map, 8 different compositions, but the defensive win rate actually sits sub 50%.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
love to know the split actually on this composition. Because here, this is, like I said, we're almost outside of the stats for SEN. It's rare you ever see them concede the way they did on the defense. Has happened a few times.
Yeah.
But not anomalies for sure.
Yeah. But this is when you start looking at SEN as the team that it doesn't really matter that scoreline sometimes on the half. They can march it back, right? It's the slow and steady, round by round, figuring out those win cons, dealing with Happyway like it was nothing in second here. I mean, he's... Oh.
Did you catch it just outside of obviously the save here? What the buy's going to look like? Cause,
I actually didn't see.
I mean, we're back to obviously... Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah.
Ah, look at that.
Still fairly muted on stage, actually.
Yeah?
I mean, still... Yeah. Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, we're getting really down to the dregs of it.
Gaps in util. There's a Bulldog out. There's a Guardian out.
Okay, bang, back in. Ah, there we go. This is what we're waiting for, the consideration of it and the spray. It's desperate from Raga, but it's still bang alive, but he can only go so far. Gets put in the corner, Zekken kidnapped, and XLG finally find their footing.
Yeah. A stark contrast here in terms of the trap that Sentinels walk into. Speaking of, John QT and Zelsis, if they do decide to head on to C. Nobody here to find a kill on the back of them, but we'll at least note their presence here as they progress into sight. An anti-Zekken trip above their heads.
There's no way, right? 2v4? 2v5, excuse me. And a res, 2v6?
Zelsis got ult.
Nah.
John QT's got a snake bite.
Nah. Stop it.
This could tie things up.
Nah. I get scared. I don't know why I'm scared. I shouldn't be scared. This is fine. Look at the utility. It should be fine. Yeah, John QT's dead and Coconut's there. It's all good. For a second, there was a little bit of doubt in my mind. All good.
Just what you want to see, though, when they are scraping loose change together in terms of the buy. To come out with a flawless round and get themselves up to double digits. Yeah, and actually the contrast to what I said in the previous round, this isn't the sort of comp that you want to see Sentinels stuck behind a Viper wall, trying to spam onto angles to try and... If Bang's DPing forwards, you got to cut your losses. You can't then commit into these corners in front of the wall. You're stuck in a slow. There's a deadlock ultimate coming towards you. That's not how you want to see Sentinels approach an attacking round.
No, but it's 1 out of the 5 that have been claimed. Is there repetition to be had? There's ults coming through here, though. This could be a big one. And Zekken says, screw it, I'll do it again. Bang, same thing. Right back into it. No ults in the same way this time to be used. So a different scenario, but a similar outcome. Coconut the first to punish. Taking away Zelsis, who had his ult. Big investment of the ult, but Raga gets away.
And look at just brute force through this util. And it certainly doesn't feel good to watch. It can't feel good to do it. Coconut retreating all the way up towards the top of it. I mean, again, here, advantage created. The onus of responsibility now shifts onto Sentinels to make the next move.
Cover going.
It's not going to go up here, and Sentinels going to stick to their guns.
Yeah, going for this one. XLG are close enough by. Still have Viva's ult here as well, and Happyway's. Not forgetting Raga's too if they need a man back, but patient display. Zekken gonna look to maybe go a bit deeper. Securing safety on the plant potentially. And Sentinels biding their time. Plant comes in, and the first glance, Coconut. I mean, the guy's doing so damn well, but Zekken's still in position. It's the Narrate who falls away, so John QT and Zekken now put into the 2v4 here. QT is captured. There's Happyway with the ult as well. All right, Zekken, you got some magic for us here. It doesn't look like it. A nice attempt for Raga set into motion as XLG find what they needed now.
I don't think we'll quite break the bank of Sentinels, but up to 11 are XLG.
30
How can I
seconds
find
left.
it?
Planted.
Just gonna angle through the door.
One enemy remaining.
Again, with Zeka taking so much damage, you know Sentinels don't want to progress any further towards spawn. They don't want to really solidify that post-plant too much. I mean, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Right now with something to maybe spam a couple of players off the angles. Zekin down to 400, but still fairly healthy elsewhere.
Find you.
I was trying to bait in with the TP here and then find something with the spam, but again, a shift of focus, but drawing out a key piece of utility here.
Very, very different start. Zelsis,
There's no good site to hit though. I just keep looking back to the minimap. I'm just like, yeah, you do, yeah.
pick your poison, right? Where do you want to head? So we'll at least keep the option open of this A approach. So that's now back on the cards potentially. Whether or not they want to explore that, they've at least opened up the chance. Now, is this going to be a reclear? Zelsis. Oh, he's outdone. Viva sharp with it. A highlight even in map 1 in their loss there. Looking good here as well. And Sen now going to have to do it without Zelsis this round.
He's had a couple of huge clutches for Sentinels, who are now left scrambling for something to pin their hopes to with 30 seconds left on the clock.
They're being
See the
given
pings
nothing.
coming through there. Going to commit
30
towards B.
seconds
Still got
left.
one player disconnected. It's John QT to maybe catch somebody.
But the
The
setup's still
rotation
here.
into B, yeah.
Still util on this one. No man's still around as well. All going to come in. That's going to catch all 3 of them. Yeah, but maybe one left loose. That's going to be a quick pivot out, but 15 seconds. You can't run and you can't hide. There's no way you're getting away from this. The TP comes over. So they've got Coconut now on the side. 8 seconds.
They're not getting in.
Raga denies Zekin. There's no way they are getting that spike down. Time is gone. Sentinels running too late.
Go to clean one up, narrate a consolation kill, be able to hold on to the weapon, but you just heard it. XLG up to map point now here on
10
Lotus. And
seconds left.
again, another example, XLG getting away with a dry re-clearance. Again, you're talking about how util heavy this composition is. It's not one that leans towards actively taking space back away from Sentinels,
Viva,
but
nice
they
all,
isolate
bro.
a single player from Sentinels.
If you were worried before, and maybe your woes were corrected after those 5 rounds, they're going to be returning now as Sentinels are being put through their paces. XLG finding the form they need in these last couple, showing what this composition can do, what it's tailor-made to do, to make these sites look near on impossible to hit. Now Zels is still alive, and investing this to facilitate the C approach. Zekin already towards the site.
Viva happy to try and make a shorty work here, but will allow entrance to site for Sentinels. And haven't seen many, but we're back towards a 5v5 post-plant potentially.
Oh, the wall
The wall
up.
over the top.
Oh, this
They
could
just
be
can't spot him.
everything. Viva can't
Spike
see it.
planted.
It's off by like a pixel. That could have been nuts. Now a chance, but Zekin lands the shot. The paranoia posted. Happy Way goes down. This has gone to madness as it's a 3v2.
Oh.
Coconut again finding brilliance in situations he has no right to. So Coconut and Noman trying to step back on the site. Narrate holding down the fire, and Noman's options looking like 0. Oh my word.
Right down to the wire. What a... The fact that they adjust the plant position, like, it's just, it's a game of millimeters. And then Zekin, what does he even see?
I don't know. Like, there's no way he expected that, right?
Maybe somebody heard the wall.
Potentially, yeah.
One enemy.
But it's on the steps. It's just 1 or 2 steps
Boys,
up to see over the smoke.
balls up, let's go.
What's that called?
Balls up.
Got it. Alrighty.
3 rounds left, guys.
Balls up. 9-12.
I'll find you.
We'll have to get that in the post-match interview. Find out what that one means. Deep trip coming out as well. Not sure if that had been heard, maybe.
Celsius again, the one that was isolated previously. disconnected now, and Sentinels maybe a little bit of wind in their sails. Again, you get to this point, you're asking the question, where is that util? Where are they looking to trap us?
This could be some nice timing, actually. Zelsis putting a question mark over towards the C side of the map. While for this close, Viva, you madman. Got to be cautious here. Raga, the one playing on the corner. Narrate could just spam through this, really. Very aware of their lines. But up close and personal, didn't expect the repeat from Viva, who's playing underneath them right now. Banks the one to take him down, and John QT gets involved. They're brawling into this, but Raga put down so easily. John QT,
30 seconds left.
a sheer gunner, but Coconut's been the one who's been a bit nasty. Now,
How much is left of the wall?
I don't know.
All still there, actually, yeah. It's a safe passage from drop.
But John QT caught off on the push-up. Happy Way going to create a step into this. Zelsis deeper, going to catch him on the playthrough. So it's going to be just Coconut alive, and still got plenty to clear on site. Not going to happen. 10 to 12. Sen getting closer.
Again, fun's still going to be there for a purchase for XLG. Again, the fact they've got to 12, it doesn't even,
Spike down.
I guess you want to close the map out for sure, but in terms of the finances, yeah, you know you can commit towards, worry about any sort of deficit
Grind
now.
this shit out. Let's go, boys. Marshall, good comms. Let's
Well, actually, I didn't spot that. Yeah, they're actually way worse off than I was thinking in terms of the purchase here. So
The 11. And swift work from Zekken. It's Raga to go down, but Noman's still on his trail, right? He still wants this one, and he gets his reward. Bang's gone, and they're still on the fight. These were the rounds they get scary in. These were the rounds they clawed back on Abyss for. But a 4v4, and Sen come out a little battered and bruised, but still alive.
they do have the pit and the rate one away. So going to get an upgrade here for
Ready. Bring them down.
XLG on the back of Bang falling. Again, a trip, but not going to catch again here. Pit goes down. It's going to spread pretty wide across site as well. That's basically everything in terms of possible plant locations covered now for Sen. Okay. Zelsis and the rate tucked on the outside of it as well.
Yeah, Zelsis got to go kind of big here, I feel like. And he's already done very well with one. Buying time on the second. Couldn't quite connect towards Coconut as well as he did the first, but a 3v3, especially in this post-plant positioning. I mean, wait, hold on, Happy Way, what you got for us here? Gonna pop the ult on it. Zekken and John QT gonna be revealed. Gonna be noted, but the time's on their side still. They want this 11th, they still want to be in this map. And the resilience on display. Sentinels back at the door, 11-12.
Pulling out all the stops now.
Oh yeah.
Right down to the wire. And a chance now for Sentinels to force overtime here. Beautiful sidestep from John QT on the back of the second ping as well, just to catch him off guard. Looking a little more active on stage, a little more vocal as well. Actually, even with the lesser purchase in the previous Happy Way, bringing a Guardian in the mix here. Round 24, the final of regulation. No man, a ton of damage done. Actually, even just off the decay, sorry, a tag coming through. Well, maybe he was going to get caught there, but
it's all right for now. And a tempo shift, it looks like Sen pacing back towards C.
Yeah, no ults here, and nothing really on the cards for them. XLG, another one where I guess they've just decided to give this up. Previously, double stacking trips on entrance, crucial engagements here. QT, though, wisely backs away, doesn't want to give anything away.
Zelsis and Zekken going deep towards CT. Did manage to evade the C's, but still on the corner. Pushed off by the Prowler, but only for a second. Zekken waves them goodbye as Raga falls to his knees, but it's no man to fight back. Happy Way punishing Bang. Ult's gonna come in, sends it down. Zelsis, 2-minute target